Hi guys, in this section we're going to look at the last part of module 1. It's about inverse of functions. The first thing we're going to look at is your inverse. Your function. So in this table you see your function domain and range. Your domain is your x value, so the first point will be -4 and 14. Hence all the points in yellow would be your x value and the dark green will be your y value. Your inverse, if you notice, your domain and range is still the same. However, for your inverse of function, for this function, would be you switching the x value and the y value. So the domain of your inverse for this function would be 14, -4. 14 on the domain, -4 on the range. Notice how the numbers are switched. So every range has become the domain of your inverse. Every domain value has become the range value of your inverse. Now, how does this look like in a graph form? So, for example, your function would have the x-axis and the y-axis like this. If you choose a point on it, let's say 4 on x and -3 on y. 4 on x, -3 on y. If you choose this point, where would the inverse of this point be? It should be -3, 4. Why? If you notice, if you switch the x and y, your range will become your domain of your inverse. And the domain of your function will become the range of your inverse. And the point will be diagonally away from each other. So, what if they give you a set like this? This will be a function. How do you find the inverse? It's the same thing. It's the same concept. Make sure you look at the domain and range of your function and switch those two numbers. For example, the first point is 4, -3. Your inverse will be -3, 4. If they're exactly the same, you have the same results. However, if they're different values, you just switch them. The range becomes your domain will become your range. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know.